You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take two more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right. All night. Would you call me old-fashioned if I kiss you in the rain in Manhattan? Oh, I can't wait until my lips are on yours. I can't help the way that I'm feeling. The way you look tonight is so appealing. Hold up, I need to pace myself. You're the bullet to my heart, I swear. I swear. Only took one shot. Only took one shot. The only thing I'll promise is I'll give you all I've got. Oh, you remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take two more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right.
Yeah, look, alright. Now pretty bourbon brown eyes, can I grab you off the shelf? You sweet but you strong, I gotta have you to myself. I'm trying to let you know that you're the only drink I'm trying to pour. Girl, it's Dunton, aka the slurring bourbon connoisseur. And look, I had a couple, so you know I'm telling the truth. I don't settle for kettle one, I don't settle for goose. First we had a couple rounds just to see how it go. Now it's time to tap that barrel, girl, let's see how it flow. You got that caramel dripping, now I'm sipping. They can't take you straight, but baby, I'm built different. It feels different. Listen, you keep getting Dunton loose. You far from the jungle juice, but you keep it 100 proof. I don't need no Coca-Cola or no Sprite for you. And yeah, you good on the rocks, might put that ice on you. You got that Jameson, that Johnny, or that Jack, and you can miss me. I need bourbon in my life, cause baby, you my favorite whiskey. Come on.
I don't want you holding back. Tell me everything, and I do mean everything, everything. It's time for last call. You know that this liquor been flowing faster than free fall. If we keep going, I might not be able to recall. My favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take two more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right. Oh, let the band play on, and they be playing our song.
Girl, it's Dunton, aka the slurring bourbon connoisseur. And look.
Hey y'all, happy Thursday. What's smacking? How you crack-a-lacking? How you crack-a-lacking? What's smacking? I am Lisa the X, aka Brown Whiskey Woman, coming to you live from Lock and Key Media Space 2 in the ATL Shouty. What's going on? Hey Lakita, hey Natty, hey Mackie Poo, hey Brown Eyes, hey Lil Unique, hey Lakita, hey London, hey Cruz, I know you out there, Cruz. Who else? Hey Missy Vaughn, how you doing? Who else? I'm looking. Hey, Joy Lex, how you doing? I saw you this weekend, not in person, but on camera. I saw you a lot. not. I feel like I saw y'all, because I was watching and I saw videos. Shout out to Hippomay Live. It looked like it was a whole bunch of fun. It seems like everybody had a great time, and kudos to Prodigy for putting on a great event. Hey, Holly B. Steelers gal, how you doing? There go Cruz. I knew you was gonna pop in here in a minute. So what's going on? Hey, DJ Lady Prestige. So yeah, good morning. Yeah, I can say good morning to you. But how y'all doing? What's going on? So last week, some stuff happened, but before we get into last week, of course, today is 9/11, and hopefully everybody has taken a moment to reflect, give a moment of silence, a moment of prayer for everybody that was involved in that awful, horrendous event here on American soil. But hopefully you did think about that today. And if not, please take a minute and do so right now. I can't see you, but close your eyes and lower your head. All of that. So yeah, I definitely wanted to make sure I observed that today. Very important. Also, we have a couple of commands that I want to point out. We have !TCA, which stands for Twitch Community Awards. Vote for me and my outstanding essay, which I read last week. If you missed that, go to YouTube so that you can listen to that outstanding essay that I wrote to David C. Dennis, wink, and the rest of the committee. And you can also see my guests last week. Big Stove, the man of many names, owner of much vinyl, holder of a new grandson, possessor of vast musical knowledge, which we heard some of last week, drinker of beer and whiskey, and a fellow Twitch Community Awards nominee. And we wagged our tails. Okay. Hey, Crazy Berry Town. She came in here also. How you doing? Also, since Crazy Berry Town came in right on cue, if somebody would put exclamation point boots, that is our command, exclamation point boots. If you put that, anybody can put it in. That is a link to Trey is campaigning right now. He's doing his fundraising, Rock and Run, to benefit the teachers at his school. All of the money that is collected goes directly to the teachers to help them with things in their classroom. Okay, so I did add that because we want to support our Twitch fam. We want to support Captain Boots. So, and if there's anything else you want to add to that, CBT, please type that in the chat. Oh, you are welcome. You know, I got you. I got you. So please consider donating for that. Also, I want to remind everybody that October is coming. We are gearing up for Beats for a Cure, and I'm going to talk more about that at the end. So, tonight, y'all, it's the showdown between Jack Daniels and Jim Beam. They going head to head, toe to toe, bottle for bottle to celebrate National Bourbon Heritage Month. So September is National Bourbon Heritage Month. In the United States, it is to honor bourbon as America's native spirit, because one of the stipulations for bourbon is that it has to be made in the United States of America. It was officially declared by the U.S. Senate in 2007, following a resolution sponsored by Senator Jim Bunning of Kentucky. Why September? Because it coincides with the anniversary of the 1964 Bourbon Act. And that is the act that put forward all of the standards for what constitutes bourbon. So they have all types of events, especially in Kentucky, but of course everywhere. And they have the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, which one of these years I'm going to make it to. I have not as of yet, but it's held in Bardstown, Kentucky. And one of the largest events is the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. This year, it was September 5th through the 7th, 2025. They had over 60 distilleries and 200 brands for bourbon enthusiasts to enjoy. That sounds like heaven to me. CBT said it, road trip. So next year, anybody who might be interested, I say let's do it. Kentucky's not a bad drive. I've driven it a couple of times. It's not a bad drive at all. We can go on to Bardstown and we can hang out and drink some good stuff. So yeah, I'm with it. I am totally with it. So because it's National Bourbon Heritage Month, I thought I should start at the very beginning, at least the beginning for me, Brown Whiskey Woman. And that would be with this. Jack Daniels. This is how I became the Brown Whiskey Woman. So roughly about 30 something or so years ago, I had my first drink of brown, which was Jack Daniels. A friend of mine turned me on to it. And I have been drinking brown ever since. So I am starting off with taking a shot of this. And then I am going to be blind tasting some stuff today. So this ought to be really interesting, this whole blind tasting thing. K-Lock is going to be helping me with the blind tasting part because, I can't be trying to pour up no stuff with a blindfold and stuff. But he's going to know what it is that I'm tasting and drinking. I'm not. So this is going to be interesting. And I'm going to tell you everything that we're going to be drinking before we drink it. But the first thing I'm drinking, shout out to Jack Daniels. Cheers, y'all. This is my taste of Jack Daniels number 7. So shout out to you, Jack, and everybody that likes Jack and all of Jack's friends and all of that. And then in the midst of all of this, I'm going to be giving you all some interesting facts about Jack and Jim. So cheers to Jack. It's still some good stuff. I didn't even have to notice that. This is still some good stuff. Now, I'm going to tell you all, I very rarely drink Jack now because there's so many other stuff that I'm trying. But it's still some good stuff. So let's talk a little bit about Jack. I got a little slideshow for y'all that I'm going to show you in a little bit. But let's talk a little bit about Jack Daniels. So Jack is out of Lynchburg, Tennessee. It was founded in 1866. Jack's real name was Jasper Newton Daniel. Now, can y'all imagine going to the bar and ordering a Jasper Newton Daniel? Jack Daniels is so much easier. He was called Jack by his friends, and that's how the brand got its name. Jack Daniel was 5 feet 2 inches. So whenever I see like those little styrofoam statues or whatever, hey, K. Marie, that they have in the store, I always think that's how tall he was. Like that statue is pretty damn close, but 5 feet 2 inches. He was a bachelor his entire life, never married, never had children that anybody knows of, because the rumor was that he was quite the ladies' man and he never wanted to settle down. So that was a big deal for him. After he died, he passed his legacy down to his 2 nephews, and it stayed with the family until Brown-Forman, don't transpose that, Brown-Forman Corporation acquired it in 1956. Okay. He said, shoot, that's me. Yeah, he was a shouter. Hey, Blue Majesty. That's right. Justin Timberlake. I tried Jack. I tried Jim. I tried all his friends. So yes, his early life, and I feel like everybody kind of knows this portion of the story, or at least some variation of it. When he was 7, he ran away from home, and he learned the art of distillation from Nathan Nearest Green. He was an enslaved man who taught him the whiskey making process. Pastor Don Call was his owner. He sold his whiskey making business to Jack Daniel when Jack was 13 years old. And Jack registered the distillery at age 16. Now, I don't know about y'all, but how's that for some goals, right? 13, you get sold a business, and then at 16, you register your distillery. So yeah, that's something. Jack Daniel's is recognized as the oldest registered distillery. And I'm stressing registered because, of course, there were distillers that were making whiskey, but the fact that it was registered is a big deal. Buffalo Trace is the oldest continuously operating distillery. So there's a difference because remember we had Prohibition. So during Prohibition, a lot of distilleries were shut down. So they were not continuously operating. So that's the reason why Buffalo Trace can claim that and Jack Daniel's can claim being the oldest registered. It is Tennessee whiskey. And even though it meets the criteria to be a bourbon, it's labeled as Tennessee whiskey because it goes through an additional mellowing process called the Lincoln County process, where it is filtered through maple flavored charcoal. And that adds to the flavor of it. A lot of people say it should be called the Nearest Green process because they say that Nearest Green is the person that brought that technology, the Lincoln County process, but it is called the Lincoln County process. The square bottle is an iconic design. It was introduced in 1895 because Jack Daniel recognized for marketing purposes and for making it recognized, it had great potential. So that's how he came up with the square bottle. The number 7 on the bottle, nobody really knows what it means. Some people said he had 7 girlfriends at the time. Some people said it was his lucky number. Some people said that is the area that he lived in that was taxed at that time. It was like Area 7. So there's a whole lot of theories about why it was called number 7, but nobody really knows. Locke, thank you for your first resub of September. We'll check you out later in the month when you resub later. Holly said it's inches. I mean, he was 5'2". That wouldn't be bad for 5'2", I guess. I don't know. But anyway, Holly said that. Just for the record, Holly said that. But I didn't hear that. I didn't read that. So, yes. So I told you I have a slideshow because I want to show you the people that I'm talking about. So that was a little bit about Jack. We talked about the bottles, and I'm going to share some more things. But let's talk a little bit about Jim, and then we're going to look at some photos. So Jim Beam was established in 1795 in Claremont, Kentucky. Claremont is about a 30-minute drive from Louisville, roughly. And before it was renamed Jim Beam following Prohibition, it was called Old Tub. That's what the whiskey was called. And the flagship whiskey was called Old Jake Beam because it was founded by Jacob Beam. He was 25, so he was a late bloomer compared to Jack. But at 25, that's what he was doing. He was 70 years old when Prohibition ended. And while that might seem like a ripe old age to start a business, he wasn't really actually starting a new one. He just decided to go right back where he dropped off. He and his son started making Old Tub again. And then they decided we'll add some other labels. And it was all done under his name, James B. Beam Distilling Company. The B stands for Beauregard. I learned that in research because I did not know what the B stood for. So they were one of the first companies to use column steels. So the column steels are the long ones you see, the long copper ones, the very tall ones. And they allow for continuous distilling to happen. And they also got into the practice of using charred barrels to age their bourbon. They were one of the first to do that. That is because barrels were hard to come by way back then. And they would use them to store pickles, fish, all sorts of things. So just imagine if they're reusing a barrel that had fish in it or had pickles in it, how that would affect the taste of the whiskey. So they were like, we got to fix this. So they decided to char the inside of the barrels to get that out. And then they found out that it added to the flavor of the whiskey. Thank you all so much for the hype train. Psalmist, thank you for the gift sub to Joy Lex. Appreciate that. And hey, Psalmist, how you doing today? Hey, Decca, how you doing? So that's the reason why they charred the barrels. That was the reason behind it. So Jim Beam's grandson, his name is Booker No, is a legend in the whiskey industry. He was a master distiller for over 40 years. And in 1987, he inadvertently created an entire new market that is huge now when he released Booker's. So it was the first uncut, straight from the barrel bourbon. It was expensive, really upscale, really good also. And the demand for it was so huge that it inspired a lot of other distilleries to release small batch bourbons of their own. Booker's isn't the only one that they produce. They have Baker's, they have Basil Hayden, and they have Knob Creek. All of that is under Jim Beam. Jim Beam has been using the same formula of corn, rye, and barley since its very earliest days, and the process is very much the same as it was, even though it's been modernized. So that's amazing. That's like 225 years, roughly. And they use the same yeast colony. And it is said that the master distiller takes a bit of the yeast colony and takes it home and puts it in his refrigerator to keep it safe, just in case something happens. And I'll tell you why that's important a little bit later. Hey, Guzzle. So let's take a look at Jack and Jim. We got some pictures to show you. We can't tell exactly how short Jim is, or Jack is, but anyway, let's take a look and see what they look like. So first of all, this is the house that Jack built. This is the distillery located in Lynchburg, Tennessee. That is what it currently looks like. That is the main building, the visitor center as you enter. I have visited Jack twice, actually. Not a bad drive from Atlanta either. Definitely worth the trip. And you get a chance to taste some whiskey too. So that's a good thing. And they have all types of great merchandise in there. Next. So that is a picture of Jack Daniel with his hat and without. The picture with this hat is like one of the most iconic, well-known pictures of him. That's the one that you almost always see. But I don't know. I think he was hat fishing a little bit, because when I look at that picture without the hat, I'm like, okay. Next. So I have to show this because, of course, we know that Nearest Green is essential to the making of whiskey when it comes to Jack Daniels, because he taught him how to distill. So in the center, you can see the one black man. That is George Green. He is the son of Nearest Green. As far as we know, there are no pictures of Nearest Green, but that is his son, George. And of course, that's Jack Daniels sitting next to him. And that is the distillation crew. They look like some customers to me. Like, they look like they're making moonshine or something to me. But anyway, next. So this is the house that Jim built. So this is a replica of the Jim Beam still house. So this is what it looks like when you go on a tour. This is their visitor center. When you walk through the doors, this is what you see. Next. So the first gentleman is Jacob Beam. Remember, he is a person that founded this. The next is James or Jim Beam. He is the reason why it is now called Jim Beam. So he took his great, whatever, however many greats back. He took that recipe and basically perfected it and added to it and created Jim Beam. So Decca said Nathan Nearest Green gave up more than the distilling process. He was robbed. Well, you know what, Decca? That's pretty much how it goes, right? In American history, we have a lot of that, whole bunch of that. Okay. All right. So I wanted you to see who we were talking about. I wanted you to see what Jack looked like. I wanted you to see what Jim looked like, right? London said that was about 6 grades, and that's a picture drawn with pencil. Probably so, something like that, something real close. Cause yeah, and it's funny, like that was like the only picture I could find of either one of them, and of course, photographs were not huge during the time that they were alive, so I totally understand that. So yeah. All right, so I told you I'm going to talk to you about, what I'm tasting and give you some more information in between. So I had my Jack. I'm going to put that to the side. And now I am going to taste my Jim. This is my Jim Beam. This is bourbon. Of course, Jack Daniels qualifies as bourbon, but it is called Tennessee whiskey because it goes through the additional filtering process. But this is Jim Beam original bourbon. So I'm going to have my little cracker. So I'm going to crunch a little bit, my little Tired Cars, table water, communion crackers. And I'm going to taste this. Now, I am generally I very rarely drink Jim Beam. Okay. When I started drinking Jack, I love Jack, stuck with Jack, tasted Jim a couple of times, and I was like, yeah, I'm with Jack. So I am going to nose this because it's been a long time. I smell a lot of fruit. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so here we go. I know why I drink Jack. Okay. It tastes like I remember. Yeah, it tastes like I remember. I don't like it. I'll put that over to the side. I'm going to talk about the other things that we're going to drink. Okay. I guess I should have, said something about the proof. Damn it. I need my glasses. Okay. It's 80 proof. Sorry. That's the Jim Beam. The Jack is also 80 proof. Kind of knew that. Yeah. It tastes forgotten. Yep. That's why. That's the reason why. So let me talk to you about the other stuff that I'm going to be drinking. Because, yeah. So I'm going toe for toe, right? I'm going toe for toe for everything. So you all know I have talked about this, that once you add flavoring to bourbon, you can no longer call it bourbon. So I'm actually going to be tasting flavored whiskey today, right? So remember, whiskey is a category, and then you have all these subsets underneath it, and bourbon is underneath it. K. Marie said, cleanse my palate. Yep. Yeah. Man, I wish I had a beer or something. That was, whew, that was bad. Okay, I'm being offered one. Can I get some water? Maybe that'll do it. Got some, oh, that's right, I do. Okay. It's flavored though. But anyway, I'm gonna drink it. I got some. I'm good. Okay. So let me show you what I'm doing here. And again, I told you this is going to be a blind taste test, in that Locke is going to be the person that's pouring it for me. So I will not know which one is Jim, which one is Jack. But I want to show you everything that I'm going to be drinking. So I am going bottle to bottle. So the first thing is the Jim Beam honey. So I'm going to try that. Okay. And then I'm going to do the Jack Daniels honey. All right, so that's going to be one of the tastes. Then I'm going to do Jack Daniel's apple and Jim Beam apple. Then I'm going to do Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire.
Your favorite.
It is one of my favorites. And Jim Beam Fire. All right. And then I'm going to be rating, and let's see how these turn out. Now, again, I am not going to know which one I'm tasting first. It's a blind test. I am just going to say which one I like the best. That's how it's going to go. All right. So Locke is going to pour it up, and then he's going to bring it over. And Locke, let's start with, well, actually, you pick. You pick what we start with. You got to tell me what it is, but, you know, he's going to tell me what we start with. Okay, we're starting with fire. He said we're going with fire. So remember, the fire is like, those are the cinnamon whiskeys. And I have done a whole show on cinnamon whiskeys. And I know that I like the Jack Daniels one. You know, I already know that. I believe that I've tasted the Jim Fire, but I just don't really remember anything about it. I just really don't. But anyway, back to a couple of facts about Jack. Let's go to Jack here. So, popularity. It is one of the top selling spirits. That spelling and selling got me. In the world. And it is particularly popular in the United States. It is often ranked as the best-selling American whiskey. And is the most recommended shot by bartenders. I did not know that. According to a brand spokesperson, it accounts for the majority of all sales for Brown-Forman. They also own Woodford Reserve, Old Forester, Finlandia Vodka, Chambord, and a couple of others. Okay. Frank Sinatra, Old Blue Eyes. He was named as the first unofficial ambassador for Jack Daniels. He was buried with a bottle of Jack Daniels, 10 dimes, a lighter, and a pack of cigarettes. And they said he would come on stage and he would say, this right here, and he would point to the bottle and say, this is a little bit of heaven. So they said that he really helped to skyrocket the sale of Jack Daniels. So, and the musician is the first person who was not a Jack Daniels employee or relative to have his name on a bottle. They have a special edition of Frank Sinatra, Jack Daniels that you can purchase. And I don't know if you can purchase it on their website or where you can get it, but you can get it. Hey, Popular Learner Maria, how you doing? All right, so I am tasting some fire. All right. So I'm going to nose it. And again, I don't know which one this is, but I'm going to nose it. Ooh. I smell the cinnamon. It smells like cinnamon Red Hots. Okay. I like it. I like this one. I give this, I'm giving this the hell yeah. I like this a lot. Okay. Cruz said you got the theme song from the good and the bad and the ugly cute. Okay. All right. So let me refresh my palate here. Let me cleanse. All right. So this is the second cinnamon whiskey. Now this one doesn't smell as strong of cinnamon to me. It's a very light bouquet on it. I mean, I get a little bit. This one is more like a cinnamon stick, kind of like when you just open a jar of cinnamon sticks or if you would open a package, but it's not. That one smells like candy. I like this one too, though. Okay. So, Locke, the first one I tasted, is, drum roll please.
I'm gonna let you guess. Well, and the reason why I'm saying this because when you drank them, because you remember you had them both in a previous show a couple years ago,
like ages ago.
Yeah, and,
with a bunch of other cinnamon whiskeys.
Yeah, and you mentioned the first one you mentioned. You mentioned at that time you said it tasted like candy.
Yes.
You mentioned that before.
Yes.
Do you remember which one that was?
Nah, I don't remember that shit. Hold on though.
That was the second one you just had, right?
No, this was the
That
first.
was the first. Okay.
I tried to do them 1, 2 so we could keep up.
Understood.
This is one that tastes like candy. This one tastes more like a cinnamon stick is the way that I would. It has a lighter cinnamon bouquet to it.
See, London remembers too. Yeah, London remembers. She remembers.
Yeah, but remember, Fireball tastes like
Rubbish.
yes, it's trash. I'm sorry, Fireball, but I don't like you, and I'm so glad that that's not in this mix.
So the first one,
The first one,
London, you were on the show. That's correct.
Oh, was London on the cinnamon
was.
show with me? Now, the first cinnamon show, she wasn't because I was over there.
Yeah, no, both of them. No, both times she was. It was over there. And
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, but one I did by myself because it's a
Correct.
highlight clip.
Yep, that is correct. That was the one you did with Fireball. That was by
Okay.
yourself. And that was when you almost threw something.
Yeah, it was.
You convulsed.
It was horrible. Okay, I am gonna say I feel like maybe the first one is Jim.
It's Jack.
It's Jack.
It's Jack.
Okay. I like this one,
Yeah, and you see.
but I like this one as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but
so-
so just to recap.
Okay.
When you had that first show, we had the show when you mentioned it. That's the first thing you mentioned
That it tastes like candy.
It tastes
Yeah.
like
It tastes like a red hot.
Yeah, a red hot.
Yeah, Lakita, exactly. I agree. You can keep the Fireball. Okay, so
And I didn't think about that until you mentioned it again tonight.
okay, so the first one that tastes like candy. This was the Jack. All right, put that to the side. And the Jim Beam tastes a little bit more like a cinnamon stick. I like both of these.
So when you say it tastes more like a cinnamon stick, it tasted more subdued.
Yes, it is more subdued. So actually, if I'm giving them kind of like points, you could say. I'm gonna go. Let's see. I'm gonna go with. I got Jack and Jim over here. I'm gonna give each one of them a point because I liked both. This is the thing. I don't really like cinnamon candy, but I like that. Okay, I liked it. All right. So, yeah, this was the Jim. I give both of them a point, but I'm almost leaning towards the Jim. I think it might get a 1+.
Let me ask you this: Are you going to give the original a point? Are you going to have the point system on the original?
Do I need to?
Well, I mean, to keep it. I mean, put it like this: that could be the tiebreaker. The original will probably be the tiebreaker.
Jack
No, we
won.
know. We know that.
I mean, Jack won.
But yeah,
Okay.
so just keep the one.
Okay,
just keep
Jack for the original. Jack has the point.
correct.
Okay, so it has a point. Jim has 0 on the original. Cause yeah, that's a no for me. Whew. Okay, I had a little PTSD. Elemental P. That was like, whoo. I don't want to have to taste that anymore. Okay, so far then.
So it's a tie so far.
No, Jack has 2 and Jim has 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 'cause you said
no,
include
I said that'll be the tiebreaker. So
That'll be the tie. Okay, that'll be the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
Okay, so we got 1 and 1.
Just 1-1 so far.
Okay, so we got 1 and 1. All right.
All right. So I chose the fire. Oh, the fire.
Okay, you chose the 5.
I chose the
The
fire.
5. The 5.
So since I
Okay.
chose 5, you choose what's next.
Okay, let's go with apple. Let's go with the apple. Okay, so yes, Natty got it. Jack won, Jim won. All right. So let me tell you a couple more things about Jack and Jim, right? So I was talking to you about Frank Sinatra. He liked his Jack Daniels with 3 rocks, a splash of water. And again, when he took it on stage after his first sip, which was in 1947, he said, "This is the nectar of the gods." And that was it, you know. And they said that he was the unofficial brand ambassador up until his death in 1998, right? As a tourist attraction, Jack Daniel's Distillery in Lynchburg attracts over 250,000 visitors each year, making it a popular destination. Beyond the distillery, Jack owned and operated 2 saloons called the White Rabbit and the Red Dog. And they actually have bottles that are named after them. They have sipping whiskeys that were named in their honor. So I talked about Jack. So in 2014, Beam was purchased by Suntory Holdings. That's a Japanese company. So some of you all might know about Suntory Japanese whiskey. But they also own Maker's Mark, a couple of Scotch companies, and it was sold for $13.62 billion. Unbelievable, right? And the parent company is now called Beam Suntory. So, yeah. All right. So now I'm moving to the apple, right? I'm on to the apple now. And here we go. Can y'all imagine $13.62 billion? Shit. Okay. All right. Ooh, Lord, this is a shot. This ain't no taste. Whoa. Okay. He
Got a
put.
little heavy-handed, my bad.
Yeah, he got a lot heavy. Look at this, y'all. Just
Looks like apple juice.
look at that. Look at that. This is the apple. Okay.
Let me drink it down.
Yeah, drink it down. Right. That'll be the day. I'll put the camera on him for that.
Hey, I have had something to drink on stream before.
Yeah, you have.
You drove me to drink.
Yes, I did. I did drive you to drink. I'm proud of that too. Okay. Yeah. K. Marie Locke is pouring it like London. Heavy handed and shit. Okay. So I definitely get apples. Like straight away, it smells a lot like a Granny Smith apple to me.
So that's why I messed up on the pour because it did. I smelled the apple as soon as I opened the bottle.
And he got excited.
Because I'm like, ooh, apple juice. I'm like, oh no.
No. That slideshow, I'm never gonna live that down, am I?
Oh, never.
Y'all wait till Christmas is coming. So is Halloween.
Your rent is going up before that. So to basically try to prohibit you from doing that.
Y'all know I'm terrible at rules. You know that, right? Like everybody who knows me knows I'm terrible at rules. Guidelines, maybe I can follow.
Your rent will be doubled in October and
Okay,
December.
I'll follow the guidelines or the rules.
So I know where to hit you where it hurts.
Whew, boy, okay. All right, so I smell apple juice. So here we go. I don't know what to say. Cruz said, "What's your cash app? We got you." I don't.
Cruz, make it worth my while too. So pay her.
I don't. I'm gonna drink a little more. Cause that first taste of this. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, the second taste was better. Thank God. This is good. It reminds me a little bit of Crown Apple. Okay. It's very smooth. That first gulp, for some reason, just kind of like knocked the wind out of me a little bit, though. But the second one was much smoother. Go fund me. Okay. I think I like it. I gotta taste the other one. Because I feel like this is really going to be a real comparison right here. Lord, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, good, but not great. Right, Joy Legs. Look at that.
Apparently I did it right because you had to keep tasting it.
I did. So, yeah, I guess you intuitively you knew that or something because I did have to keep tasting that.
It's that twin speak of ours. You know that?
Okay. Hey, Showdown girl. How you doing? Okay, let me have. He said, you bet that's Jim. All right, we gonna see. Let me crunch a cracker. All right. Here we go. The Studio Trauma Recovery Fund, right?
That is accurate.
Right, that is accurate. All right. This one does not smell nearly as appley. I know that's not a real word. That's like a Tigger Don King word. But appley. That's what I'm saying. Hey, DJ Tank, how you doing? Yeah, sometimes you do have to keep tasting it, but I get real faint apple. Like, this would be maybe like if you baked apple pie and you could kind of smell that in your house.
And it's the faintness. The remnants of that.
Yes.
So,
where that one was like,
and just I poured the first one. The first one I handed you, I poured that first.
Okay.
And it hit me. I was
Okay.
like, ooh. So I smelled this as soon as I opened it, and it was no gurgle. But as soon as I opened it, I smelled it. The apple smell was strong.
okay. DJ Tree said, can we get an apple cinnamon mix? That might be good. You know what? You just gave me a cocktail idea. Thank you, Tree. I appreciate that. All right, so let me taste this one. This blind tasting is like real interesting, y'all. Like, whatever this one is, I don't like it. It's not terrible, but I don't like it. What is this one? What's this first one? I like this much gooder.
Chi-Town girl called it. That's Jim.
She said it's the Jim.
That's Jim.
Okay. I like this much better. This put me in the mind kind of like an apple Jolly Rancher a little bit, but not quite as sweet. Okay, Jim. Jim got that point. Now, you all know I have never tried Jack Daniel's apple. I just realized that. I've never had that before. I never had Jack Daniel's apple.
Apparently, we see why now.
Yes, apparently.
Apparently.
Because I don't like this. No.
That's all,
No.
The only thing she can say is no.
No. This is no. No.
No.
I don't.
That's all she can say is just no. No.
I don't. No. I don't like that. This I drink.
No. Just no.
Hey Nate. Hey Mr. Nate, how you doing? Yeah. So okay, whoever's keeping score. Jim has 2 points. Okay, Jim has 2 points. I'm so glad flavored Jim tastes better. Cause yeah, I'm glad. Jim has 2, Jack has 1.
That was quite traumatizing.
Y'all, it's just sitting over here to the side, like looking at me. I feel like it's giving me the side eye. And you know what I have to say to that? You That's what I got to say to you, because Jack, you shouldn't have done that. Like you, okay. So how about let's talk some facts. Let's talk some more facts. So we have our last pour, but let's talk some more about some stuff. So since Jim is like coming out real good here, Jim has crazy ass merchandising, y'all. Like crazy. They have a whole line of branded foods. They got sunflower seeds. They got beef jerky. They got hot sauce, pancake syrup, marinated salmon, pulled pork. They got stuff, y'all. They got a whole bunch of stuff. They have merchandise. They have pool tables. They have lighters. They have furniture made from bean barrels. They have smokers made from barrels also. The Jim Beam sells. They have dartboards. They have clothing. Jim Beam is doing it. Okay. They got it. Okay. So that pulled pork wasn't bad. You had the Jim Beam pulled pork? Is that what you're saying, Tank? Okay. All right. So yeah, they have all type of stuff. Now, Jack, they got all type of stuff too. You can buy an entire barrel of whiskey if you have just, $10,000 laying around. You can get a hand-selected barrel. It gets bottled and shipped to your local liquor store on a pallet. The barrel fills about 240 customized bottles. Each person who buys Jack in bulk gets their name engraved on the wall of Jack Daniel's personal selection room in Lynchburg, which I have seen this. You see this on the tour. The biggest buyers in this category are members of the military. That was interesting to me, but members of the military. Jack Daniel's is located in a dry county ever since Prohibition. So you cannot legally purchase liquor there. It is Moore County, Tennessee. You can get a flight. You can go to one of their historic barrel houses to buy bottles in the distillery gift shop, but you will not find Jack Daniel's in the store, which I think is interesting. I'm not sure why they've not overturned that since Prohibition, but they haven't. It's in a dry county. So yeah, needless to say, Jack has all types of merchandise and all types of stuff too. But Jim Beam actually has more merchandise than Jack Daniel's does. Hey, Miss KB, how you doing? So yeah, so you can buy all types of stuff. Jack Daniel's is one of the only distillers in the world that makes their own barrels, and they do that for quality control. They also only use their barrels one time for whiskey. So it says approximately 2,500 barrels of whiskey are made each day. But once the whiskey reaches its maturation point, the barrel is never used again. And the reason why is they feel like it's like tea bags or coffee grounds. You can't get the same quality twice. So each barrel is recycled to use as a planter, a table, chairs, other furniture. Of course, they do sell the intact barrels. And then others are used to flavor scotch, rye, Irish whiskey, rum, tequila, and tobacco. So I thought that was really interesting that they only use their barrels one time. Cruz said, Jim ain't got no barbecue sauce. Actually, they do. They do have a barbecue sauce also. And it's okay. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's all right. So Locke screamed out, it sucks. It's okay, but it's not nearly as good as Jack. I'm going to tell you. Okay, same here in the Netherlands. Okay, due to taxes on the base, barracks for alcohol, alcoholics begin to form. Now this is no longer the case. They can get taxed like all of us. Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, Jim is not great. Okay, just because we're talking in the chat, how many people, and I know everybody in here is not a whiskey drinker, but between Jack and Jim, what do you prefer? Just drop it in the chat. If you're a Jack fan, put Jack. If you're a Jim fan, put Jim. Right? So put it in there. Just put it in there. So yeah, but I did think that was, just really, really interesting. And then, because all of the merchandising is like amazing. And of course, they make a lot of money. Okay. So we got Jack easily, Jack. Okay. So Big Jack said Jim Beam. Okay. JD, Jack, single barrel kills anything Jim has to me. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. All right, so we got a lot of Jack fans, a whole bunch of Jack fans. All right, so a little bit more about Jim before I go to my next tasting. Jim Beam has been run by one family for 7 generations. Okay, Miss KB said Jack. Now Freddie No, who is 8th generation, works alongside his father as a master distiller. They are the only father-son team in a distillation business. So that's pretty phenomenal that it's run by one family for 7 generations. Also, if you all recall that when I did Women's History Month, I talked about Peggy No Stevens. Jim Beam, that family, they're cousins. Okay. And this woman is one of the only, or one of the few, I should say not only, but few master tasters in the bourbon business. So that is pretty amazing. Yeah. So let's talk about fire because unfortunately, because, we're talking about alcohol being stored in barrels in a rick house or a rack house. People call it rick or rack. Fire is a huge concern, right? It's a huge concern. So in 2003, Jim Beam lost 800,000 gallons of their bourbon because of a lightning strike, and a fire started out of that. In 2015, lightning struck again, and they lost another 800,000 gallons. And then in July of 2019, they had another lightning strike, and it destroyed 45,000 barrels, or in other words, 6 million bottles worth of bourbon. And while that's staggering, Jim Beam made it clear that it was a relatively small quantity of young bourbon, which means it had not been aged. Okay. But they have 126 warehouses and about 3.3 million barrels at any time. So even though 800,000 gallons, 45,000 barrels sounds like a whole lot, it's really not in the grand scheme of their operation. So that's pretty phenomenal. But them lightning strikes, like I'm like, are they like those, those streamlined trailers that always seem like they're getting struck by lightning? I'm like, is this something about the way the rick house is built or something like that it draws lightning? I don't know. I will say this. Most of the time the distillery sits on kind of like open land. And I know lightning strikes are more apt to happen during open land, like a golf course, right? And just a point, lightning, get on the ground. That's what you're supposed to do. Don't go to the trees. Don't get in a vehicle. Lay on the ground. Like flat on the ground. That's the safest thing you can do. Okay. All right. So this is my last one, and this is the honey. Okay. Okay. So he was a little bit better on this pour. just say it. Just a little bit better. All right, so let me do my cracker.
I had to measure it this time. I didn't want to get called out.
But actually it worked out for the last
it
one
did,
because
I did have to you need to do multiple tastes.
Yeah, I did do a multiple tasting. So yeah, okay. All right, so this is the honey. Okay, so London says she loves the Jack honey and lemonade, which I agree is delicious. I'm not really getting much of a nose off this. I don't really smell honey. Like I kind of thought I would, but I'm not for this one. For some reason, I feel like I'm about to be gravely disappointed. Just saying. I'm just saying. So DJ Tank said the Jack Honey peanuts are really good. Okay. London said add a little mint to it. I agree. Because like mint and lemonade is delicious. Just saying. Get some fresh mint and muddle that in there. Oh my God. Lavender lemonade is really good. Yeah, it is. So, oh, and then we had that cucumber mint lemonade. Ooh, I digress. Okay. All right. Here we go. I had to get back on task. I had to draw myself back in. I started thinking about that cucumber mint.
That cucumber mint was good.
Oh, it was so good. We had that at the reunion. Oh, it's so good.
We had it before and after.
Yeah.
Before, during, and after the reunion.
All of that, right? Okay. Here we go. Okay, I'm not as disappointed as I thought I was going to be based on the smell. This is pretty good. What I get? Okay, Tank, you keep saying I didn't muddle for you. You didn't ask me to muddle for you. You know the rules at the reunion. You have not because you asked not. Okay, remember that. Malik is the only person that I muddle for without asking.
And that's a special case.
Yeah, that's special. That's special. So yeah. Okay, you got deviled eggs though. Special batch just for you. And he didn't share them either. He said a man shouldn't have to ask as a king. And guess what? I'm a queen. So there. This tastes so much better than it smells. So much better than it smells. Okay. So that's the honey. All right, now I'm going to taste the other one. Okay, so let's look at this. That's what it looks like. They all look like pee-pee. Every single one of them looks like pee in a cup tonight. So there's that. Miss Yvonne said, "Take more like a jester." Okay. This one I get a little bit more honey smell. It smells a little bit sweeter to me. Okay. The other one didn't smell that great. I felt like I was going to be disappointed. This one smells pretty good. So we'll see. It tastes odd. This kind of tastes like Listerine with some honey added to it. I feel like I should be gargling. You turned on the lights on me. I feel like, yeah.
That was 100% for the sound effect on that one.
The smells are trickery. Yeah. Okay. I deserve that. It's so many things going through the whiteboard of my mind. Like,
I know you too well, Lisa, because I already knew you. I already knew your brain was on overdrive on that one.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Give me a minute. Just give me a second. Woo, okay. All right, I'm gonna try it again. All right. I don't like it. I did not. I did not like number 2. I did not like choice number 2. I like choice number 1 better. A lot. This was a lot gooder. This was a lot gooder. This was a lot better. Okay. So, what was number 1? What was the first one? This was Jack. Okay. Yay. When I smelled this, I felt like it was Jack. But, I don't want to mess up the whole thing. Jack gets a point. That Jim Beam, that's some fraggle bullshit. Right there. Where is my... I ain't used the cars all night long, but that was... Woo! Y'all, it tastes like Listerine with like a splash of honey in it and some rubbing alcohol, like 90% rubbing alcohol. Oh, thank you for the raid, Rail. I appreciate you. Welcome, Stormy. Welcome, Raiders. Hey, D-Man. How you doing? Rail, thank you so much. Hey, Derek. How you doing? Yeah, I saw the incoming sign, so thank you. Thank y'all. I appreciate you. So Raiders, y'all coming in. We are doing Jack Daniels versus Jim.
Did somebody say D-Man?
D-Man.
Get it, Lisa.
D-Man, that's what you get every time you come in the room now. This is what you said, why? Why? Because, D-Man, you're not going to get that in person this year. I'm going to talk about that, but you're not going to get it in person this year. Somebody's going to do a video of me. I'm going to have Locke do a video of me, and we gonna send it or something.
I am not going to be an accomplice or an accessory to that. No.
So yeah, hey Tab, my Twitch bestie. Hey Kelly Vision, how you doing? Hey Raiders, come on in, y'all. So Raiders, come on in. We are doing a taste comparison, right? Of Jack versus Jim. We have tasted Jack cinnamon and Jim cinnamon. We've tasted both in the honey version, both in the apple version, and both in their original version. And I've given them points. Okay. So what is really interesting, I'm looking at my points here. They are tied, actually. They are tied. Jack and Jim are tied. And I guess I should have written down what I really liked here. But Jack, I know it was the honey that I liked, but I like the Jim apple. Y'all help me out. I think I like the Jim apple better. Am I right? Somebody tell me. Hey, Just Me Crystal, how you doing? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate y'all so much. Hey, Raiders, what's going on? Raiders, again, we are doing a comparison of Jack Daniels and Jim Beam. So I'm gonna review and tell y'all what's what. I feel like I ought to taste it all again because people are in here, right? But yeah, I shared some Jack and Jim facts. It is Bourbon Heritage Month for the month of September. So for that month, of course, bourbon is honored. Please go out and drink some bourbon specifically, but drink some whiskey as a whole. Remember, whiskey is the category. Bourbon is underneath that. But yeah, so for the people that just came in, if you are a bourbon drinker, if you're a whiskey drinker, please put your preference. Are you a Jack or are you a Jim? Jack Daniels or Jim Beam? Okay, so Natty is to blame for this. Thank you, Natty. Appreciate you. I appreciate that very much. Just Me Crystal. So yeah, that's what we're doing in here today. And I have blind taste tested. And it was blind in terms of Locke, the voice of God, our Twitch Lord and Savior, has been the one to pour up everything for me. And he gave everything to me. And I did not know which was which. He went around the corner someplace. I couldn't even see him. So I didn't know what he was doing. And I have been rating everything. So let me see the bottles so I can show those to everybody because I want everybody to know exactly what we were drinking. I started off with this. I started off with the originals. Okay. This is Jack Daniel's Old Number 7. Nobody knows what the number 7 stands for. Holly said 7 inches. She said that shit. They say 7 girlfriends, that it was the district that he was in, the tax district he was in. Nobody really knows. But anyway, Jack Daniel's Old Number 7. This is the reason why I became the brown whiskey woman. This is what I started drinking as a brown drinker. This is the first thing that I had. I loved it. And 35 years later, here I am still drinking brown. And then I tasted Jim Beam. This is bourbon. Jack Daniel's is called Tennessee whiskey. Let me go back to Jack because it goes through a filtering process through sugar mapled charcoal. And so even though it is made the same way as bourbon is, the additional filtering process is what makes it Tennessee whiskey. It's classified as a bourbon, but they don't call themselves a bourbon. They choose not to. They call themselves a Tennessee whiskey because they want to be different. And I'm with that. I support that because it is a little bit different. And all Tennessee whiskey goes through the charcoal filtering process. That's what makes it Tennessee whiskey. And then I had this. This is Jim Beam bourbon. Both are 80 proof, by the way. I didn't like it. When I first started drinking brown, I tried Jim Beam. I didn't like it. I never went back to it, to the original. And I know why tonight. I tasted it and I didn't like it. So then I branched out. Now, once something has flavoring with it in terms of a bourbon, it can no longer be called bourbon. It has to be called whiskey. So I did Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple and Jim Beam Tennessee Apple. I tasted those side by side. I like those, but I like the Jim Beam apple better, if I recall correctly. I think I like the apple better on these two. But that's what it looks like. And these are shots or miniatures is what they call them. And then I went to Fire. And if I'm out of order here, that's okay. Actually, I think I started with the Fire. This is the Jim Beam Fire, and this is the Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire. So these are both cinnamon flavored whiskeys. Okay, and of these, I like the Jack Daniel's Fire better than I did the Jim Beam. I remember that. Okay, fire. They fire. They fire. And they do have other iterations of these as well, of the cinnamon whiskeys. And then lastly, I tasted the Jim Beam honey and a Jack Daniel's honey. And that's what those look like. And I like the Jack Daniel's honey better on that. But they were very close. They were very close, but I liked them. And I said they were very close because of the scoring system that I gave them. So when I looked at my scoring, I got one for Jack, one for Jim on the apple, one for Jack on the honey, and then one for Jim. So they were kind of close. But when we talk about the original, hey Stirred, how you doing? I love it because he light-skinned whiskey woman. When I go to the original, Jack always is going to come out on top. Jack is the winner. So Locke suggested we make that the tiebreaker. And it's interesting that we needed the tiebreaker, right? You saw it coming. You felt it, right? Jack will be the winner. Because when I taste Jack on its own, I prefer Jack Daniel's. It's a lot smoother. I think that charcoal filtering process does add to it. A lot of people say they can't really taste the difference, but I do taste a very slight difference. It's a lot smoother. If y'all have been in here, Raiders, when I tasted this Jim Beam, there's a little bit left in that cup, and there's a reason why. There's a reason why. So this is the Jim Beam bourbon for y'all. Whew. Y'all, I don't like it. It's got a bite to it. It has a very strong, like antiseptic type taste. Okay, so thank you, London, for reminding me about that. So that someone suggested that I mix the fire and the apple. So we have like cinnamon apple. And I think that would be actually really good. I think it'll be fire. So I'm gonna mix those. But yeah, Jim is a lot of what they have on the fountain when you go to the bar. Like, you know, that's kind of the well. So they have call liquors, which you call by name. That's why they're called call. And you have well liquors. So well is generally what they're going to have in that little spout, that little fountain. That spigot. Yeah, exactly. Generally, they're going to have Jim there. Jack is usually going to be call. That's usually going to be your call. So, yeah. So, okay. So Kelly says she uses JB for hot toddies, and that's all, right? That's all. And I will tell you, one of the things I did learn when I was doing research is that Jim Beam is excellent for toddies. They did say that. They didn't really say anything about using Jack for toddies. So there's something I think maybe to that, what you're saying about maybe it has to do with the alcohol ratio. I'm not sure. But a lot of people mention that. So I get it. So London talked about combining. So I'm going to combine. I'm going to do a little combination here. So I'm going to go with the Jack. And actually, I'm going to mix these up. I'm going to do a little bit of Jack Apple. But I think I'm going to do the Jim Cinnamon.
That was not as candy-ish?
Yeah, because it was not as candy-ish. So, okay, here's the Jim Beam Apple. And I'm mixing these. Hey, Marcia, how you doing? I think this is going to be good. Now, I'm very, very optimistic about this. I'm using my finger as a stirrer. Okay. That's good, y'all. That's a good cocktail. Who suggested this? Who was the person who suggested? DJ Tree. Shout out DJ Tree. This is good. This is really good. Okay, so Blue Majesty said the only reason why she keeps Jim at her house is for toddies. Yeah. Okay. You have? Really? That's because you don't drink. I mean, that's probably like, I don't know what your percentile on alcohol is, but it's probably pretty low. Yeah. But I mean, you don't drink. But shout out DJ Tree. Thank you. This is really good. Y'all over some ice or NT as a toddy. This would be excellent.
Because the cinnamon would work well.
The cinnamon and the fact that the Jim is not like overpowering.
It gives it a subtle.
It does. It gives it a really subtle taste. I really like this. This is really good. This is good. Okay.
That's fair.
I like it. You know what? I think if I muddle some apples, we got a fall cocktail.
And it does feel like fall outside too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is good. I like it. Hey, Bearded Baritone, how you doing? Yeah, this is good. So, just so you know, I blended Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple and no, that's not right. That's not what I did. I did Jim Beam Apple with Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire. That's what it was. I blended those two things. So I think over ice, they be delicious. They be absolutely delicious. This was a good mix. And I just mixed it in a little tasting cup. So it was really good. So I said that for old time's sake, because this is how I started drinking Jack. First of all, this is my little Jack Daniel's cup. Look at that, y'all. That came from Arts, Beats, and Lyrics. I think this came from the first one that I attended. And shout out to K-Lock for turning me on to that event.
And getting you in to get you out of that long ass line.
Yep, exactly.
Man, that line.
It was crazy.
People are still waiting in that line.
It was, exactly. They're probably still waiting to this day.
Oh, and if you're in the Philly area,
okay.
Art, Beats, and Lyrics will be there tomorrow.
Really?
It's in Philly tomorrow, yes.
Okay, tomorrow.
Rest in peace to our friend Dres the Beatnik. The MC.
Yeah.
So they brought it home for him.
Okay.
So
very nice.
Yeah. So if you're in the Philadelphia area, please go check out. It's a free event. It is a free event.
But you do have to register.
You have to register. It is worth it.
Yes, it is.
Great music. Artbeatsandlyrics.com. I've shot it numerous times. Yep. The family, some neighbors of mine, are the curators. Shout out to W and oh man, it's fun.
It is fun. If it comes to your city, go check it out. Okay.
It is. It's a free. We always talk about things to do. Mm-hmm. It's a free event.
And talk about Wally's connection to that, because Wally Sparks, our own, has a connection to that as well.
The family Wally Sparks is the resident DJ.
Yes.
So I think the DJs for this one will be Wally Sparks, our own Sean Fallion, will be DJing it as well. But the 60-minute workout is something to see with Wally. It's something to see.
It is. So, it's a really great event. I've been to Atlanta and to Chicago.
Yep, I've done it.
Thank you, London, for putting it in there.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
I've done it. Yeah, I've done pretty much around the country. So I've done Atlanta multiple times. I've done Chicago. I've done Seattle, Oakland. Is in New York. It is fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of fun.
Great art. All of the artists are, wonderful.
Yep.
So you get a chance to see a display of the art. They have great drinks, usually with your entry, which is free. You just have to register. You get 2 drink tickets. All of the drinks are provided by Jack Daniel's. They have great cocktails, and then the music is wonderful. The crowd is absolutely wonderful. Okay. And as I said, I have been to it in Atlanta twice and Chicago once. And it was great. It was absolutely great. Met some great people there. I know London and I were at the one in Chicago, and we met Popular Lona Maria there. So some Twitch fam. So it was awesome. So if you had an opportunity, but make sure you go to the website and get your free ticket. Okay. Okay, so they did change the website. So this was my cup. That's how this all started. This was my cup. I took it as a souvenir because people were leaving them around, but I took my cup as a souvenir. Jack Daniel's Old Number 7. Again, they are the sponsor. Okay, Solomon said RSVPs are closed, unfortunately. Okay, that's for tomorrow. But please go to the website and check it out and see if it's coming to your city. Okay, because if it's coming to your city, right, London, and if you go back and act like you're coming through the door the first time, you get another 2 free drink tickets, most definitely. This is the badge. So, okay, so this is Locke's badge, his VIP pass, and you see it has the Jack Daniel's lanyard on it, and Arts, Beats, and Lyrics. That's what it is. So it's awesome. So Simon said it's closed for now for tomorrow, of course, because let me tell you, if it's coming to your city, make sure you register. Okay? Make sure you register. Simon said it's Beatnik's hometown, so it'll be packed. And that is true. That's absolutely true. So
outside.
You might have to play that on the outro. But this is my cup. This was my souvenir cup. And I am drinking some Jack and Coke because that's how I started. So I want to say cheers to y'all. Okay, cheers to y'all for rocking with me, the Brown Whiskey Woman. I have been nominated for a Twitch Community Award. Again, if you want to hear my outstanding stellar letter to the committee, please make sure that you go to YouTube and view that, and you can see the episode with Big Stove as well as all past episodes. I don't know how many videos I have on there, but I do have a pretty fair amount of content. Make sure that you are following me, that you subscribe. It's free. Tell your friends. They ain't even got to know me, but just go ahead and follow me. So cheers to y'all and vote. There we go. Make your vote heard. Vote for Brown. Twitch Community Awards. Experience drinking, professional drinking, innovative drinking, whiskey drinking. Make a better drinking country. The link is in Stream Elements. There's the command, ! TCA. There are a lot of great Twitch people that are nominated in the community. And I say vote where your heart takes you. However, you're here today with me. So vote for me. Vote for me, okay? For Best Talk Show Streamer. I am wagging my tail. All right? I'm wagging it. That's what I told. And everybody's like, oh, vote for this person, vote for that. Vote for me. Vote for me, okay? I am running. Vote for me. All right, that's what I'm going to say. But there are a lot of great people nominated, a lot of great Twitch fam. So Twitch fam in here. Salmons is here. She was nominated. Brown Eyes, Marcia No Brady. I mean, so many wonderful people, honestly. Mr. Nate. Right, exactly. Keeping it real. You in my stream. So I'm going to say, vote for me, damn it. That's what I'm going to say. All right, until the 21st of September. So you have 1 week, 1 week, right? A little bit over a week. Okay, 10 days. 10 days, right? Thank you, D-Man, for your resub using Prime. If you have Prime, make sure you use your free sub. That's very, very important. Vote for D-Man. He is on the ballot for multiple times for Levitation, for his channel Redemption, for the Humanitarian Award. I mean, all type of stuff. LV, it's so many people. Okay, it's so many people that are on the ballot, but please make sure you go in there and vote. You have until the 21st. So anyway, cheers, y'all. Cheers. I'm going to take this drink, and then we're going to take a really quick look before we get out of here at the websites for each of these. Locke said that was me wagging my tail. D-Man said it. That's me wagging my tail. Yes, I was wagging my tail. Now, y'all didn't know me, don't know. I don't have that much of a tail back there, okay? That is not my ministry. You'd rather see me coming than going. I'm just saying. I'm being honest, okay? This is what you want to see. Because if you look back, you ain't going to see shit. However, this is who I am. This is how God made me. And I'm whacking.
A walking Barbie doll.
Yes, that is what Locke always says. A walking, but it's all out here, right? So anyway, I I believe in telling it like it is.
In advertising.
Yes, truth in advertising. I don't want y'all to meet me and be catfish, right? I don't want y'all to be like, that heifer don't look like.
You gonna be ass fish. You out here ass fishing people.
Exactly. I don't want y'all to meet me and be like, she don't look nothing like she look on that stream. I don't want y'all to say that shit, right? I want y'all to be like, she look exactly like she said. It ain't nothing back there but my shirt and my cell phone. Okay? And if my cell phone was in my pocket, it would make my britches, as my mother would call them, fall down if I didn't have on a damn belt. Okay? So I'm just telling you, you want to see this coming at you. Okay? This is more gooder. All right, this is more gooder. All right, but behind, that's gonna be covered. And I mean, hallelujah to all of the people that got that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I look at it too. I look at this, I look at it. Yeah, I be like, yeah, go girl, you got that. Full disclosure, exactly, exactly. Ass fishing. Yeah, ass fishing. I just don't want to be fooling nobody. That's all. I just want.
You ain't fooling nobody with that.
I want y'all to meet me and be like, oh yeah, she look just like she look on the stream.
That's why she sits on the stream.
That's right. There's nothing back there but my shirt.
Like,
okay,
like they used to say on Muppet Babies, your imagination.
That's right. And when you meet me, there's nothing back there but my shirt. Okay. Tree said the shots are working. Yeah, it ain't just shots, it's the truth. Okay, just saying. It's the truth. Yeah. That is the in pockets, right? That's me. No booty bait. I ain't wearing no, no fake butts, nothing padded, nothing like that. This is what you get. Okay. D-Man said, that's your mod talking
D-Man, that's our mod. We got a claimer now, bro.
I'm just saying, I just try to be honest. That's all.
D-Man, we both know what we got.
Yeah, exactly. I just want y'all to know what you're working with, okay? That's it. I just want to be honest with that. So the verdict, right? It was actually Jack got 2 and Jim got 2. And then Locke suggested that the original be the tiebreaker. And that was a smart move. Jack wins. Jack gets 1. Missy Vaughn said all booties matter. They do. They do. They all work, So they do what they're supposed to do. Mine does. It does what it's supposed to do. So Jack wins. That is the winner tonight. So in the showdown, Jack won. Only because of the original. All right. Let's take a look at the websites. Let's take a look at Jack's website first, since Jack won. And we're basically going to just kind of go through these websites because I want you all to just have a feel for them and what type of information is there. And I want to tell you all, if you have the opportunity to visit either distillery or any distillery, do so. It's really interesting. And even if you are not really a drinker, just the whole process, everything that they go through to create the product is fascinating. So I encourage it. Of course, Tennessee has its own bourbon trail, and then Kentucky has a bourbon trail where you can visit the distilleries. Let's go with Jack first, okay? Because Jack was the winner. And it was real close, but okay. So Tab says she visited Jack Daniel's distillery, and it's an experience. So here we go. So of course, Locke has to tell Jack his birthday. Nobody knows Jack's birthday. It's a mystery. That's why they put it in there, that it is a mystery. Y'all, this Coke is strong because I don't drink carbonated drinks. Whew. Oof. Okay, so here we go. Never forget 9/11/2001. He listed. That's not his real birthday, but okay. So listen, y'all. You see on this very first page, it has introducing Jack Blackberry. That is some foreshadowing right there, because next week is going to be our last summer fling because we're about to enter into the fall. I am actually going to be tasting Blackberry, Tennessee blackberry Jack Daniels, along with some other blackberry whiskeys. Okay, but this is brand new out in the liquor stores. I have heard really good things about it, but I will be tasting it next week and I will be muddling. If Malik Stone, if Funkler are out there, the muddling crew, London Michelle, I will be muddling next week. Okay, so that is their newest iteration, Jack Daniels Blackberry. Let's take a look at some other things on the website. Okay, that second video, and we're not going to watch it because it's on YouTube. I don't want to get in trouble. But basically, it talks about how all of the whiskey comes from one spring. And it says, that's what makes Jack Jack, whiskey like no other. It is filtered through limestone, and the limestone removes the iron. So water is crucial to good whiskey making. So that's the reason why a lot of whiskey comes out of Kentucky, because they have limestone water. Okay, scroll down. All right, of course, that's the original, the Jack Daniels Old Number 7. And then it says explore our products. So let's take a look at their products. All right, let's look at all of the products if we can. I think it's up at the top. Okay, there we go. Okay. So the websites, the reason why I like to show those is because I want to encourage you all to check out the websites, because there's so much information there. And again, it talks about the maple, the sugar maple charcoal that is filtered through drop by drop. And it says learn more, because you can learn more about the actual process. And I'm just going to tell you all, the distillation process on whiskey is fascinating. Again, if you do not drink whiskey, if you're not a liquor drinker, it's still scientifically very, very interesting. And like D-Man always makes the comment, like he knows so much about drinking and whiskey and he doesn't even drink. But it's still worth a visit. It's still worth the information. It's great just to learn about it and see what they have to offer. I will tell you what, Jack Daniels, they still have descendants from Uncle Nearest that are employed at the distillery. And when you go into the entrance hall, the welcome center, they actually have that picture that I showed you all earlier of Nearest Green's son, George Green. That is on the wall. So they have included that in the history. So that's really great. Okay, let's look and see if we can see some of the products. Okay, they have the Gentleman Jack, which is excellent. One of my favorites. And there we go. We got the Tennessee Blackberry, the apple, which I tried tonight, the honey, the Tennessee Fire, which I also tried tonight. And then they have the Winter Jack, which is a seasonal item. It usually comes out in October and runs through January. I still have a bottle of it on my shelf from last year. Then they have their Bonded series. This is the special series that they offer. The Bottled and Bond Act is a higher standard for whiskey. For the bourbon, bonded means that it is stored in a government bonded warehouse, is supervised, so it is a little bit different. 100 proof on those. So you can see all of those iterations of it, and then you can explore the Bonded series. You can go down. And then these are some of their specials. They have a single barrel, which means all the whiskey is poured out of one barrel. And then the Sinatra Select, which I spoke about earlier. I didn't know they had that on the website, but that is a ode to Frank Sinatra. Then they have the single barrel 100 proof. The single barrel, which is barrel proof. Barrel proof is 125, by the way. Okay, Salma said they're trying to take Uncle Nearest away from Fawn. We won't let that happen. Okay, so let me just take a real brief moment and talk about that, and I don't want to get into it too deeply. I just want to say this. Okay, so currently Uncle Nearest is facing some challenges, right? As we all know, everybody's kind of heard about it on the internet. And I don't know all the details of it. I've only know what I read. And we kind of know how that works with media. So what the short of it is, from what I know, is that they're saying that Uncle Nearest defaulted on some loans. Okay. So what they said is because they defaulted on these loans, they allowed a third party to come in and govern the entity, right? And they've not lost ownership of it, but basically when that happens, someone else is controlling the company. It's still up in the air for a final verdict, exactly what is going to happen with it. We really don't know. That's what I'm going to say about it. It's totally up to you what you choose to do. I do have some bottles of Uncle Nearest on my shelf. They are currently under receivership. Receivership is a legal action that allows a third party to come in and supervise all of the operations. Receivership does not mean they no longer own it, but what it does mean is that this third party comes in and oversees operations, and they will make sure that all of the creditors are paid. That is exactly what it means. Again, I don't know the details of it. I don't know if this is true or not true, but I can say this from a legal perspective. Usually if receivership is granted, that means there's just cause for it. There's a reason why they're granting that. So that's what I'm going to say about that. And I'm going to leave that there. And you all can take that and do whatever you want to do with it. Let's go back to the website. All right. So back to Jack. We got the single barrel rye. We got our single barrel strength again. That's 125 proof. Let's keep going. You see our select. You got some special release barrels of rye. I'm a fan of rye, so I can imagine that would be really, really good. All right, keep going. You got a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old Tennessee whiskey. Of course, age generally is going to produce a better product. Not always, but most of the time it does produce a better product. Keep going. All right, and then we get into some of our canned products that Jack Daniel's offers. They have Coke already in the can, and they have 0 sugar. So if you're, conscious about your weight and all that good stuff. And then they have the Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey Lemonade, and they have the ginger ale. I'm not a fan of anything that comes out of a can generally because I can usually taste the tin or the aluminum in the can, but that's just me. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying my personal preference. They have the Southern Peach. They also sell these in bottles also, and they're much better in bottles to me. London said the cans aren't good. All right, so let's talk about this because anybody that knows me knows I like fast cars. I want to own one, but I like them, and I will take a ride in one. So Jack Daniels, even with a stranger, Jack Daniels and McLaren. McLaren is a luxury car. McLarens generally range about $400,000, $350,000, $325,000 for a base model. And I'm talking about $325,000. That is what I'm saying here, just so you're clear, like Waterford. So Jack Daniels and McLaren Racing, two iconic brands, have paired together. And they have a special edition. I actually saw this in the liquor store, y'all. I was like dazzled that I saw it in a liquor store. And I was like, I need to buy that shit. But I was in there for something else. I was in there for something. It wasn't bad. It was only about $50. And I'm thinking about getting it and just setting it on my shelf. I think it might be a collector's type thing because who knows how long this partnership will last.
Because that's cheaper. That's cheaper than the selects.
It is. So there we go. I did see this, but iconic partnership here. Y'all, if y'all don't know about a McLaren, man, if you've never ridden one, I took a ride and it was good. So anyway, they have a lot of stuff.
Life
there.
will never be the same.
It'll never be the same. So yeah, they do have that. And that is one of their NASCAR partnerships, which is apropos, for whiskey and NASCAR, right? Okay, so they have a lot of limited and special things. There's a lot of great things on this website. Maddie said 4.6 seconds. Yep. Fast. I was going to say probably faster than that. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure it's faster. But of course, that's a picture of them in the rick house, sampling some whiskey. I'm sure they used a whiskey thief, which is a apparatus they use to put directly into the barrel and draw whiskey out and taste it. Okay, let's go to like the merchandising area. Where is it? Oh, no, let's go to cocktails. Sorry. Let's go to cocktails because I always tell you all some of the best recipes for whatever it is that you're drinking you can find on the website. They have some great cocktails on here. Absolutely fantastic. I've gotten some really, really good cocktail recipes from here. A lot of things. They have you see the Tennessee apple and ginger, which is really good. I've tried that before. So whatever it is that you drink, and even if you don't drink brown, just go to the website and check it out and see what they have to offer because they have mixologists that their whole job is to create really good drinks using whatever it is that they offer. So make sure you check it out. So I love this one. I mean, it's ginger liqueur, Jack Daniel's apple, bitters, which is salt and pepper for your drinks. Serve it over rocks, and it's some good stuff. All right. Let's go back up to the top so I can see the menu. Okay, they got Lynchburg lemonade. I'm sure, London, you would like that. The Lynchburg lemonade. Manhattans, old fashions, all type of stuff. And you see they have occasions, so you can do special occasions. If you like sour, spicy, sweet. I love that about this website, that they allow you to choose. Wait a minute, Cruz, why you say you don't like that name? Okay. So this is the place to go if you want to, and I love that they break theirs down into the sweet, the savory, the spicy, whatever, brunch, whatever it is that you would like. All websites don't do this, but Jack Daniel's does. Yeah, they do. Oh, a cinnamon smash apple. Ooh. Now, see, that sounds really good to me. I'm going to have to try that for our fall cocktails when we get into our fall cocktails. Cinnamon smashed apple. Let's see how you make that. Okay, sour mix, apple cider, Tennessee Fire. I can see that. Okay, and lemon lime simple syrup. Really good. That sounds delicious. Yeah, I like that. So, of course, it's called Lynchburg Lemonade because they are in Lynchburg, Lynchburg, Kentucky. Tennessee, right. Lynchburg, Tennessee. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so our store. Oh, there we go. Shop merch. That's what I wanted originally. Shop merch. So let's see what's new. And you see they have hats, they have sweatshirts, they have mugs, they have all types of things. You all might remember a couple of episodes ago, I did try some Jack Daniel's chocolate, Locke and I, and it was really good. We enjoyed that. But they have all kinds of merch. London said delicious and nutritious. Okay. All right, let's take a look at Jim Beam's website. I do encourage you to go. If you want to plan a visit, you can. This is Jim Beam's website. I love the way they both look. I mean, I think that both of them have like a really high quality kind of glossy look. I love this intro to Jim Beam because that's their grounds. And again, I've never visited Beam. I've only visited Jack, but I love that. Like, that just looks so majestic and beautiful to me. Okay, let's go to their recipes. All right, and again, they have all of the iterations, twist on the classics, their seasonal offerings. They have Jim Beam pineapple, which I've not tried, which I imagine that would be kind of interesting. And they use it to make a Kentucky sunrise. Honey lemonade. I mean, just look at all the different options.
With the difficulty as well.
Yeah. And I love that because they tell you, you know, okay, is this something a little complicated to make? Or is this something pretty easy to make? And you can see they have several things. They have mules. They have bourbon sours, the highballs. You know, again, I talk about the tall glass. It's the highball. It's called a highball. That maple hot butter bourbon, that looks delicious with that whipped cream. Doesn't that look good? That looks like a dessert. Really good. Vanilla and cola.
That's your shit right there.
Yeah, that coffee cream looks really good. So again, if you want to know how to make the best drinks with whatever it is you're drinking, and even if you drink tequila, go to that website because they have trained mixologists who have basically put in the effort, the work, and the biology and chemistry to determine the best ratios for the drinks. All right, let's take a look at their merch because they have a lot of merch for Jim Beam. So I love that shirt. Scroll back up. I'm sorry. With the Jim Beam on the back. Like, I love that. I just think that looks so cool because I've never seen a shirt like that from any other, you know, whiskey maker. Beam Made Bourbon. Love that one too. The hoodie. And then, of course, they have glasses. They have a lot of merch, period, that you can buy in the grocery store too. Like I said, they have salmon. They have the Jim Beam, you know, peanuts. They have all types of stuff. All right, let's go to our bourbon. Okay, so this gives you all of the original, the flavors, the ready to drink, what their limited editions are. That pineapple is kind of standing out to me. I might have to try that on the show one day because I've never tried the pineapple. They have a lot of pineapple whiskeys, so, you know, maybe that's coming up. They have the peach, the sunrise blend, sunshine blend. Okay, I've never tried that either. I have to say the Jim Beam flavors, I think a lot more of than I do standard Jim Beam. Okay. So really good stuff. Okay, so the Sunshine Blend, it says, oh wow, it's made with rice. Brown rice, aged for 4 years. Locke said fried rice. Okay, brown rice. Really good. Really good. So again, I like to take you all to the websites. We can come out of that. I like to take you all to the websites just so you have an opportunity to kind of see what they have to offer. I highly, highly encourage visiting the websites for cocktail recipes, for their history. If you're in the area and you want to visit, Natty, thank you so much for the gift sub to Just Crystal. It's worth a visit. I mean, if you ever get a chance to do the Bourbon Trail in Tennessee or in Kentucky, it is well worth it. Also, look at that. They have the Jim Beam Old Tub, which is a shout out to the original. Because remember, I told you that Jacob Beam was the individual that introduced Old Tub. That's what it was called before it was renamed Jim Beam after Prohibition. They have the Kentucky coolers. I've never seen those in the store. That's kind of interesting. I always see the Jack Daniels ones. Kentucky Fire. Scroll up for a minute. I saw something else that caught my... Oh, the Devil's Cut. The Devil's Cut is excellent, you all. So the Devil's Cut, that is the portion that is absorbed by the barrel. And they extract that from the barrel and blend it with like a 10 or 12-year-old bourbon to create the Devil's Cut. It is excellent. It is one of the first Jim Beam products that I tried outside of the original that I absolutely loved. It's really, really good. Really good. Not tried the Old Tub. I have to look for that. The vanilla, I can imagine that might be kind of good too. What is that in the can? Oh, bourbon and cola. Okay, bourbon and cola. So, yeah. So, again, make sure you check out the website. You can see all of the information that is there. Googly, y'all. Googly. All right, so let's come out of that. So make sure you check out the websites. Again, okay, here we go. Art Speaks and Lyrics, Jack Daniels, number 7. And Locke pulled that up. Thank you, Locke. And he talks about where they're going next. So look, September 12th, again tomorrow. And I think someone said that one was sold out. But you got October 9th in Chicago. You can register now. Houston, Texas, Oakland, California. In March, it will be in Atlanta at the Pullman Yards, which is a great location.
They're early.
Yes. Otherwise, you will be waiting in line unless you know somebody. Charlotte to be announced. You got NYC in April. So my New York people, check it out. Again, free event. It's awesome. Great drinks, great art, great people, great music. If you can go, go. At least go once. It's worth it. It's worth the time. It's worth the effort of going.
There's been a lot of people that have performed there. You've had Big Crit. You've had Raekwon. You've had AZ. You've had a little bit of everybody that have actually performed there,
right,
along with the DJs. Bun B. When we went here, it was Bun B and Crit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
they always have the DJ and they have a live performer.
Yep.
So it's really good. Great drinks, great music, great folks. And
yes,
then also,
that's right. See, that's right. CeeLo did it in Chicago. That's right. That's right.
And let me say this, which was interesting to see CeeLo in Chicago because you would expect to see him in Atlanta, but he was in Chicago. Let me say this as a person who is seasoned. Is that the way I'm going to describe myself now? Seasoned. It's a wide variety of ages. It's not a thing that's just a whole bunch of young people or a whole bunch of older people. There's a vast plethora in the age span, which I actually appreciated because I told you all, I just celebrated a birthday. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm 60 years old. So when I go to places, sometimes I'm like, when it's a whole bunch of much younger people, I'm like, I love it when it's a mix of people. And that's what Arts Beats and Lyrics is. It's definitely a mix of people. So if you go, you will have a great time. I guarantee it. Go at least once. It's worth the time and the effort. All right. So y'all, Jack Daniels won the challenge. Okay. And they only won by one, the original. Okay. The original was the tiebreaker. So Locke said it was going to be the tiebreaker. It was. Next week, September 18th, I will be back. It will be the last summer fling with blackberry whiskey. So I'm going to be trying a variety of blackberry whiskeys, including Jack Daniels Blackberry. Fall begins on 9/22. Kind of makes me sad. I'm a summer person. I'm a spring summer person, but I appreciate what fall has to offer. But fall begins officially on 9/22. Also, we are getting ready for Beats for a Cure. My show will be on 10:30. So again, October 30th, we're doing our Halloween Beats for a Cure show. So y'all get ready for that, right? We're going to have some fun. 2 hours. I think I come on at 8, from 8 to 10. Lock, what is your slot? Please share that.
I am on October 26th at 10 p.m.
Okay,
So
October 26th.
we're gonna do Beats for Cure Noir.
Okay. All right. I like that. And we will, of course, be getting ready for our live event, which is kicking off the entire Beats for a Cure season this time on 10/25. So we will be in Cleveland, and we will also be right here in Atlanta. So Locke, London, Lisa, Lawanda, and some other people. All the L's. We will be here, partnered with exclamation point promo, Fresh Day Party. Okay, Fresh Day Party, Fresh Radio Show. That's what you're going to get in that. Thank you. Fresh Radio Show. Make sure you click and you follow them because the ATL South Party will be here. Okay, we will be here for that. That will be 4 to 9 on the same day, 10/25. So if you can't make it to Cleveland for some reason, you can come to Atlanta. We will be there. It's going to be a great event. We got some other surprises that we're working on for you to make that weekend really fun and worthwhile. Working on a pink party and some other stuff. But that is happening. Hey, New Eureka Mommy. Lastly, I want to say to you all, vote. Vote. Let's see that flyer one more time. Make your voice heard. Vote Brown. Again, you have until the 21st. Please vote for me and Panky and her pink bra and all that good stuff for the Twitch Community Awards. He turned off the lights on me, y'all. You can't even see it, but he turned off the lights. But yes, that is happening. You have until the 21st to vote. So please get in there and vote. Use all your burner accounts, your fake emails, all that shit that y'all got to be underhanded and sneaky. Go ahead and use it for a good cause, okay? Because I am running for best talk show streamer. The link is there. If you put exclamation point TCA, it is there. Also put exclamation point Boots to support Crazy Berry Town's son, Captain Boots, aka Trey B, for his rock and run. All the money, all the funds benefit the teachers directly. It helps them in their classrooms. You all know educators often have to pay for things for themselves. They're coming out of their pocket and they are helping our children. So please make sure that you are donating. So let's take a look at who's on so we can get out of here. And I want to always say thank you all. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you being here, supporting me. And yeah, let me look and see who is here. There's a lot of people on. Okay, let's okay. Well, I had something in mind and I saw something else. Let's go to Reboot. Okay, Twitch fam Reboot. Let's go to Reboot. Again, thank you all. I will see you next Thursday for our last summer fling. I'm going to be muddling some blackberries if I can find them in the grocery store. Don't forget, Jack won. Jack won. All right. What did I say I wanted to go out on? I forgot already. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go out on something that I can't remember. What was it? What did I say? Dress. Okay. Yes, that's right. All right, y'all. I'll see you. Love you. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate you. See you next Thursday.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all of us here at the sound table, my name is Dres the Beatnik. It's been an honor, privilege, and more than a pleasure to serve y'all this evening. And at this particular point in the program, if you do not work here, are not fucking someone that works here, are not taking care of a small plant, animal, vegetable, or mineral of someone that you know that you were fucking that works here, we need you to take your ass outside, outside, outside. If you're still sitting down, please rise like a church choir and take your ass outside, outside, outside. If the curtains do not match the carpet, please take your ass outside, outside, outside. Yes, I said that shit. Yes, I said that. Yes, I did. If you're wearing boots in a city that does not have snow, please take your ass outside, outside, outside. If you look like the Mandela Memorial interpreter, sign language interpreter, please take your ming ass outside, outside, outside. All right? Mm-hmm. And that is, see, it's your fault. All right. I can still do this in my sleep, bartenders. We got to keep them out. We got to get them out of here. Holy shit. All chicks with fupas, please. Take your ass outside, outside, outside. Well, Babyface's cousin on his mama's side, please take his ass outside, outside, outside. I can all night. Oh, shit. Keep it going. Holy shit. Hey, she's not going to. Once again, we have CDs available at the door. $5.